Hey everyone, Pat Mitchell here with TrickTrades, and in this free video lesson, I'm going to show you how to hammer points, not pennies, on every trade you take. If you're new to joining me, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so you can be notified when TrickTrades goes live to answer your day trading questions. So in this free video lesson, like I said, I'm going to show you how to hammer points, not pennies, on every trade. I'm going to go over the trades that we took at TrickTrades.com chat today, and we were 3 for 3 on the day. Really easy trades to get in, all alerted live, plenty of time to get in, as well as all three of these were in my daily plan of attack, which is a written it's kind of like a written watch list with areas of interest and entry areas that we need to pay very close attention to, as well as I do a live via screen share right at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I go over each and every one of these trades that we're going to take with areas as well, and I show live with charts the areas I'm looking for, support and resistance, that kind of stuff. So getting into it here, the very first trade we took was DPS. DPS, which is Dr. Pepper Snapple, they had a buyout from Keurig, and Keurig is a private company. Dr. Pepper is obviously a public company. So this morning, I actually alerted this right here pre-market that there was a buyout happening, and it ramped up, continued to ramp up 27 points. The reason why I didn't jump in, first of all, I usually don't trade pre-market. Second of all, the offer was way up here, and there was just no way to get in with safe risk. So that's fine. I always like to let these things go nuts because you never know where they're going to top out at. So then I wait for the bell and I look for an opportunity. So on DPS, like I said, this ramps up, it pulls back, it starts kind of grinding higher to test out highs. It didn't come close to testing highs, and it started selling off. So then we'll see this here. This was pretty key support. This was pretty key support pre-market. So as soon as it starts getting towards the bell, you can tell that there is some pretty steady selling going on, and it consolidated right before the bell, and then it cracked some more. It ended up, let me get zoomed in here so you guys can really see. So it did crack that 126.79 support, and then it retested. You see this green candle, how it quickly retested. And then the market opens, okay? Now you see this volume, okay? Now with this volume, once the buyers step aside, and this is something that I teach, you need to watch your level 2, and once you see those bidders starting to kind of go away, it's game on. This thing's going to crack, and when it does, it's huge because there's a lot of volume at the open, and it dumps out very, very quickly, which is exactly what it did. So my entry on DPS was 125.63. You can see right here, just as it's breaking the low of that candle, that's where I got in. And it was instant. I mean, once I got in, there was about a second, and it dumped hard. Very little pullback on these candles as well. These are obviously closed candles, and they did close very, very weakly. On this candle here, it really dumped out, and then it started getting bought up. I waited for it to pull back down a little bit, and then I ended up covering. So I took well over 3 points on this trade within 3 minutes of the market open, making a huge amount of money. Basically could have walked away for the day. Well, really, I mean, I could have walked away for the rest of this week, but why would you do that, right? It was an amazing quick trade. I left a lot on the table, but that's fine. You always got to take what the market can give you. and never get greedy. Greed definitely kills. You really need a healthy balance. If you're going to make it as a professional day trader, you definitely need a healthy balance between fear and greed. And I feel I have a really nice balance with that. And that's something as well that I try and teach my members at TrickTrades.com, how to really attain that nice healthy balance of fear and greed. It's something that I've talked about in previous free video lessons as well. So yeah, really nice trade on DPS. Like I said, left a lot on the table. Normally I would just piece out a little bit and then keep the rest on for a stop at break even. That's fine though. I kind of figured that this thing was going to rip back up just because of the volatility that was going on. This could have easily just ripped up to highs, especially on a buyout. You never really know how the market's going to take it. But that being said, I'm going to take a few points within 3 minutes and take my money and run. So that was DPS. Next trade that we took was Twitter. And Twitter was a really nice, predictable play here today. It just really, really nice. We had a really strong bounce day that was alerted in chat right around this area, and it ramped up on Friday. I missed that trade, but that's fine. There's always another day, and today was the day. So completely nailed this, almost from bottom right to the top, and we'll get into the actual trade here. So on Twitter, like I said, really nice, easy, predictable. It's almost like free money on some of these trades, guys. So in my daily plan, I did say watch for a dip and then a rip. Basically, not in so many words, but definitely more description than that. And we were looking for a day 2 continuation, and that's exactly what we got. So as soon as it dipped out, you can see this buyer's candle. It basically really got bought back up, and then the bounce started coming in. I was a little concerned with these candles with a very high top wicks. You can tell that the sellers were in charge, as you've seen in previous video lessons as well. And then it just started grinding up. So once it reclaimed the VWAP, I wanted to see how it reacted at that opening range, and I was fine to basically jump in just a little bit before I saw the volume coming in and the level 2 ramping, tape speeding up, all the signs that are showing that the breakout is going to be solid and strong. Another thing that I'll teach you at TrickTrades.com. And I got entered at 24.51. Basically 1 cent before that really nice key break, or 2 cents before that really nice key breakout level, and it took off. It took off. I took a little bit of profit here in this area as it started slowing down, and all guided, alerted. Basically, hold your hand through the trade. And it really just followed that 9 EMA here. And right in this area, I was calling out that the tape was starting to read a little heavy. Things were starting to slow down. It looked like a pullback was coming. And so I took some off at... Oh, like I said, yeah, I took some off at 82 and 83 in this area. And then I pulled the rest of the profits right out here. As soon as it started to pull back, I figured this thing was going to dump out. It ended up holding and then reclaiming up to the 24.50. This would have been a really nice short, by the way. Came back down to the VWAP and just kind of held and chopped and then died off and didn't really do too much until the end of the day. Missed this squeeze though, but really just nailed this trade. About a point on Twitter. Yeah, because my exit was 25.23. So just about a full point on Twitter, which is big. For Twitter, that's a pretty big move. It usually doesn't move too much. And it's a really safe trade to get in because at best you're risking about 10 cents or so to make, 50 cents a point. I mean, do the risk reward math, guys. That's a 5-to-1 and a 10-to-1, and these are the types of trades that we take, and that's why my members hammer out these trades. Last trade of the day. Apple. So on Apple, this was alerted that this was going to dump out at the open and have a really big, strong pullback. I missed the trade because I was involved with DPS at the time. But Apple, again, this was alerted actually right at the open that to watch this area. As soon as it got stuffed into the VWAP and into the 50 EMA, called that out, and it continued to dump out. I didn't want to chase this, so I didn't. I got in on the VWAP test, and I got in at 168.46. I ended up getting out a little bit early on this. Excuse me, I only claimed about 46 cents on it, but whatever, is what it is. I'll take it. But if you showed a little bit more patience, as some of my members will, you could have easily capitalized on about 1.5 on Apple. And then it was actually alerted that this was a really good, solid, long trade right in this area here. It looked like the bounce was in because it was basically off of a double bottom reclaim and bounce. You could have capitalized on the way back up, and you could have played Apple back and forth all day long very, very easily, and then a nice triple top, pull back. And if you showed some patience, you could have really, you could have made a really nice, you could have made a living just on Apple today, you know. So these are the types of stocks we play. I do want to let you know that at TrickTrades, we don't always just play $100 stocks, guys. We play everything from, you know, $2, $3 stocks to 20 to 30 to 50 to 80 to 100 to 200 to 300, hell, to 1,000. So we trade everything. That's it. That's what you really need to do if you want to gain longevity in the markets, people. Don't focus solely on these low float garbage stocks. They're fine to hit on a multi-day runner, but don't rely on low floaters, guys. If you're in a chat room that is all they trade is low float momentum stocks, guys, I'm telling you right now, you may have some sort of success with it right now, but I'm telling you, in my experience, those low floaters, they can go away for months. Hell, they can go away for years, okay, where you will not have any action. And then what are you going to do? Right? We do this and we get into day trading so then we can have stability and provide an income for our families on our own. The weight of the world is on our shoulders. If you are going to do that, you need a formal education where you're going to be able to trade any type of stock, and you're going to be able to trade long, short, any type of market. It doesn't matter. That's why I preach learning how to trade proper stocks first, okay? And then as a professional, you can get into trading low price penny stock, low float momentum stocks, and that's fine. But if you're learn how to trade these. You'll see that they're way easier to trade. They follow technical analysis almost to a T, guys, okay? You've been lied to from a lot of these penny stock pumpers because that's what they are. They just want subscribers to their room. Okay, I'm going to teach you how to really trade these. So I hope you enjoyed this free video lesson, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and spread the word, guys. Adios.